Yoga for sciatica. Part 3. Now, after having practiced well Part 1 and Part 2, I invite you to continue to follow me. Let's practice Part 3 together. Now let's move on to prone position on the floor. Go practice with me. Put your chin on the ground, hands relaxed at the sides. The whole body is in the most comfortable state possible. For phase breathing with lower abdomen, inhale, phase 1, compress, phase 2, and 15 seconds, press your lower abdomen on the floor. Raise the chest as high as possible, however the head is not raised too high. The neck is naturally straight. This lifting power relies primarily on the abdominal and back muscles. We do the cobra pose. Exhale. Return to the initial lying position. Lie down like this for a moment. Now let's do the same for the second time. Inhale, compress, and for about 15 seconds, press your belly to the floor. Lift your chest as high as you can. Return to the initial position lying on the floor. Exhale phase 3 and 4. Lie down like this for a moment. Come on, let's repeat the cobra pose for the third time. This time we do the pose continuously for about 30 seconds. Now when you start exhaling, phase 3, we put our hands on the floor like this to support my upper body. At the same time, the hands also support the back and abdominal muscles. Raise your chest as high as possible. Always breathe in 4 phases, with the lower abdomen. Lie on the floor for a while before practicing the locust pose. Come on, we put our hands under our thighs like this. Inhale. Compress, and for about 15 seconds, raise your legs as high as you can. However, the feet do not cross the knees to move forward, because in this position all lifting muscles will be maximized. We lay down for a moment in this position. Now let's repeat the above technique a second time. About 15 seconds. We lie down for another moment like this. And now we are going to do the locust pose for the third time. About 15 seconds. We put the hands to relax naturally along the sides of the body, and rest like this for a moment. Here we are going to make a pose. It can also be a challenge for many people. This is the bow pose. Hold your ankles or insteps with your hands like this. About 15 seconds. Inhale. Compress and press your belly against the ground. Slowly raise your chest and feet as high as you can. we rest in this pose for a while. Now let's do the above technique for the second time, about 15 seconds. We lay down for a moment in this position. And now for the third time, also about 15 seconds. Let's move on to the last difficult pose for today's practice. This is the upward-facing dog pose. First, we lift the whole body. The weight of the body is now resting on the instep and the hands resting on the ground. About 30 seconds, slowly press the pubic area down to the floor. The lumbar region is thus more and more flexed backwards. Do you know? With more than 80% of cases of sciatica caused by a herniated disc, so the poses you practiced as well as this pose will have a positive and direct effect on the treatment of herniated discs, and so your sciatica will improve. We quickly rest in this pose for a while. And about 30 seconds, we practice the upward-facing dog pose for the second time. We take a little break like this for a while. And this is the third time. We also have about 30 seconds to bend the body in the same way as above. Now, to end the session, you can rest in child's pose as long as you want. It is quite a difficult exercise, especially for someone who has sciatica. This exercise includes many yoga poses, practiced from easy to difficult. Although each pose has different goals for improving target muscle groups, but they all have the effect of helping the body release tight, congested muscle sites. At the same time, it helps to flex the joints and gradually increase muscle flexibility and strength, improving lifting power and strengthening joints. Thus, after a period of practice, you will have a body that is both strong and flexible. With this exercise, you will both prevent the diseases of lumbar disc herniation as well as sciatica, and improve and contribute to the treatment of these diseases very actively and effectively. However, during training, depending on your condition and level of pain, practice the poses to your own limits. After days, weeks, months, you will slowly push those boundaries and ease the pain. Wishing you effective exercise, a speedy recovery, goodbye, and see you soon.